You do it now?
It's working now.
Did you leave us muted on the thing?
Yeah, I left us muted on it. I'm tired and stressed, Joe. That was a me mistake. I left us muted on the deck.
A meme mistake.
Yeah. That's why I have that. See that little bouncing bar now that's green and yellow and red?
Yeah.
That's why I have it there, because it's the instant indicator that I am or am not muted.
Okay.
So, hey.
I've got you.
So is it Magic Man or Magic Lady?
Man?
What's the name?
That really male and female Tzarketh.
This is weird as well, right? Because that's a commemorative series model that you got from eBay.
Yeah.
But actually, Element still sell them.
Yeah, I thought it was still available. There is a commemorative model that I do want to get, but he's really hard to get hold of.
Yeah.
Because they only sell him through third-party stockists.
Who's that?
It's a Slaves to Darkness, like Ghost King model. It's really cool. It's really cool. But I can't remember his name. He's a White King. But yeah, you could only buy him through third-party stockists, and they're really hard to get hold of because most third-party stockists get them and then put them on eBay.
Well, I'm going to try and build some more of this Brands Oathbound Warhammer Age of Sigmar, which I think is a Warcry set.
No, it's just a normal set that was released for a book.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, even cooler. They're super cool.
They're the Chaos version of Canis and Toll, Saviors of Cinderfall.
Although these ones are prettier.
I don't know, the Canis and Toll ones are very, very nice as well.
No, these ones are prettier. Anyway, welcome back to the channel, you wonderful humans. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit all those magical YouTube buttons for us. Hit the like button if you enjoy the content. Smash subscribe if you haven't already. And hit that bell notification icon if you want to be notified whenever we go live on a new video. Sorry about the lack of sound. I'm struggling at the moment with YouTube in general. I've got so many little niggly things that are just constantly fucking pissing me off and going wrong all over the place. And I'm a bit disjointed.
Yeah.
A bit kind of dysregulated.
Yeah.
Discombobulated.
Yeah, that's better. I like that.
So, sorry about that. I'm trying. We're trying. Today we have a Liam and Joe hobby show.
Yeah.
And at the moment, my hyper-focus is hit Slaves of Darkness for some reason. I don't know why. And I actually said to Joe before the stream, here's a shocking statement for all of you, right?
Yeah.
The shocking statement is, I actually think I prefer the Slaves to Darkness Vikings
Yeah.
to the Space Wolf Vikings.
Well, they're just Vikings, aren't they?
Yeah, so kind of. So the Slaves to Darkness Vikings just look kind of Viking, right?
Yeah.
But the Space Wolves Vikings have power armor and cables and guns.
Yeah.
So I actually think I prefer the Viking vibe for the Oath, for the
The
Dark
actual
Oath.
Vikings.
Despite the fact that Dark Oath, in terms of unit rules, oh shit.
They're not having the best time,
I really like them.
but they are a really nice model range.
Yeah. So that's my shocking revelation today, all right?
Yeah.
But like I say, I'm hyper-focusing right now on Slaves, to Darkness specifically. I did that in Thanes a minute ago as well. Fuck. The only downside I'm struggling with at the moment is that as a phrase, right? You can't say I'm hyper-focusing on Slaves because you need to add the to Darkness bit.
There. Do you?
I'm on about the AOS army chat, not the old British pastime, all right?
Well, actually, no. It's all over the world.
Yeah, but still.
We get the bad bit of history, but you know everyone's done it.
Yeah, shit. Anyway, I have a mouse in front of me, and the reason why I have a mouse in front of me, and an iPad actually, we need to get the chat loaded up. The reason why I have a mouse in front of me is because Games Workshop yesterday released some brand new Space Marine rules, Jojo, didn't they?
Yeah. Before we go on to it though, I found it weird that they've released these rules now, but they haven't released the kill team rules for 40k yet for the Deathwatch kill team.
Okay.
I find it weird that they haven't been released yet.
Why do you find it weird? Oh, just because, why wouldn't they just stick it up all at the same time?
Yeah, because like
Okay.
the Raveners and the AdMech rules got released before the pre-order went down.
Is that true?
Yeah. So and that makes me think that they didn't think that box set was going to sell very well. And they're like, by the way, the rules are mental.
Use the rules to sell the box.
Yeah. Whereas Deathwatch kind of sell themselves.
Yeah. So Games Workshop yesterday stuck a load of rules on the website, specifically Vanguard and Imperial Fists. If you, in fact, look at our angle camera, which is here, you'll see that Joe's been busy with some Imperial Fists.
Yeah, I've got more on my painting desk.
He got excited about them because Space Marines.
Yeah, I love
Joe,
Space
can you
Marines.
paint anything not Space Marines? Oh, yeah, at some point I'll get round to it. Joe, can you paint Space Marines? Here's 5,000 points done in a day.
Yeah.
That's what happens here.
Well, actually, no. Imperial Fists take much longer than everyone else.
Yeah, well, yeah, fair.
It's like maybe 5 in a day.
Okay. But still more than if I asked you to do anything else, pretty much. You're still more excited because it's Space Marines, right? You're just fucking huge fan of Space Marines.
You're going to work harder on the thing that you care about, right? If you were like, Joe, can you paint like 100 Eldar Guardians? I'd be like, yeah, I can, but I won't be excited about it. I mean, you'll get them eventually.
I don't know if I'd ever really want to run 100.
Good.
I want to run more than 10, but you know. So we're going to go through the rules today, and I have set it up, hopefully, that from this desk, I can press this button.
Also, I want to say, I painted like 4,000 points of Eldar for you.
You did an amazing job.
But you only want to run like 1,500 points of it. And you're like, I don't want any of that stuff you've painted. I want other stuff instead.
Right.
You know, all that work that you've already done, I don't care about it.
No,
Basically
not
what's
true.
happened.
Not true, right? I haven't used Night Spinners because they're shit. I've used 1 to 2 Wave Serpents, we've got 3.
Yeah.
I've used a Falcon, we've got 1.
Yeah.
I've used 2 Fire Prisms, we've
I've
got
done
3.
2 Falcon.
Did you? Okay, well, I've used 2 Fire Prisms, we've got 3. I have used the plane once.
Yeah.
And in terms of all the infantry, I've used basically all of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah, I have, yeah. So, you know. Anyway, I've got this working, like I say. So we do have, for your viewing pleasure, the new detachments and character rules, starting with Raven Guard.
Yeah.
This is Joe's favourite.
Yeah.
Probably, is it your favourite Space Marine chapter?
I
Raven
think
Guard?
of the founding chapters, I think Raven Guard are my faves.
Oh, cool.
My babes.
So I have the rules up here. Now, I have to look around the corner to read these because we've got a fucking great big camera stand stood in front of me. But we have a brand new sort of detachment, Shadow Mark Talon.
Yeah,
right?
I both like and dislike this concept, by the way.
Okay. Hit me with
Right.
it.
Because at the same time, I'm glad they're going back and trying to sort/fix the bad detachments. But at the same time, I'm like, could they not just done a new detachment?
So this is not a new detachment.
So this is not a new detachment.
I'm gonna hold my hands up right now, chat, and say this. Right, I haven't read any of what we're looking at today.
So this is the already existing Raven Guard detachment in the Codex Space Marines
I should have bought my glasses.
with a few slight tweaks,
Okay.
and that's it.
Okay. So detachment rule. We've got Masters of Shadow. Every time a range attack targets you, if the model is within 12 inches, if the model is unless the model is within 12 inches, subtract 1 from the hit roll, and you gain the benefit of cover. That's the same, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, it's still really, really good. Right?
Unparalleled Tactician. Once per battle round, if Shann is on the battlefield, you can use the Into Darkness stratagem for 0 CP. That's cool. That's an extra bit.
Yeah. And the Into Darkness stratagem is basically removing a unit and putting it into reserve.
So Uppy Downy.
Yeah.
So you get Uppy Downy for free for a unit per turn
Yeah.
if Shann's on the battlefield. I like that. That's cool. We've got some enhancements. Are they different? Are they the same?
Some of them are different. Some of
So
them are
we've
the
got
same.
an infantry model. They have infiltrators. We've got a Phobos model who gets Lord of Deceit.
Which is really good.
You've got, for a Phobos model, yeah, because you can put on that Lieutenant, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
You've got an Adeptus Astartes model, you get Lone Up and Stealth, and you've got Hunter's Instincts, Adeptus Astartes model. If you're in Strat Reserve, you can count the battle round as being 1 higher than it actually is. So
Yeah.
a sort of decent bank of enhancements, would you say, Jay? You happy
Yeah.
with those?
Yeah, so the Hunter's Instincts one is new, but it basically means that you could have a unit of Terminators turn up turn 1.
Ooh.
A 10-man unit of Terminators, which I think is really, really good. Or, as I like them, a unit of Stern Guard.
Right, but if you... So, is not... Unit Terminator turn up turn 1 sounds good. But surely you just give them the top one and give the captain infiltrate, and then you don't have to worry about where you have to place a 10-man unit Terminator.
Yes and no, right? Because if the unit of Terminators is on the table and you infiltrate them 9 inches away and you go second, your opponent has the opportunity to kill them all. Whereas
10 Terminators, though.
10 Terminators with a captain or a captain and then an
Not the
ancient.
easiest thing to kill.
Yeah.
Like, infiltrating units typically are weaker. They're like easier to destroy. So, yeah, you can forward deploy them, and you can sometimes make like turn 1 charges and stuff, but you've got a kind of squishy unit.
Yeah.
This kind of removes that if you're sticking
You
on
get
10
rid of
Terminators.
it, but like a 10-man Terminator unit in Deep Strike Reserve that comes around turn 1 is a bit harder to do.
Okay.
What you could do, right, is you could do a Terminator captain, a unit of 10 Terminators, who gives the unit infiltrate, and then you could put a Terminator ancient in that unit and give him the Lord of the Sea. So then your opponent, if they do want to deal with them early game, has to deal with Aura of Deceit on a 10-man brick of Terminators.
That's it's quite a heavy points investment, but also quite a lol deal with that. Once everything else
it's
does
like,
what it needs
here's
to
a
do.
problem, fix it. If you can't fix it,
you're in trouble.
You're in danger.
Yeah, I'm a fan of it. I like it.
Yeah.
So cool. So we've got a cool detachment rule, not really different, but an extra bonus for Shann. And then we've got is it Shann? Shann?
I think it's Shann.
Shann? Phonetically spell it for me, chat. And then we've got some cool.
It's down like Shann, who works down the Queen Vic. You know, it's a very like London name, isn't it?
So we've got 4 strats. Armour of Contempt is Armour of Contempt. Lalo the Tyrants, an infantry unit in the fight phase. The whole unit gets precision. That's not different. Feint and Thrust. In movement phase, a Phobos or Scout Squad unit is able to shoot, declare a charge, and turn at which it advanced. But until the end of the turn, your unit is able to shoot and declare a charge in a turn in which it fell back. So you get full back, shoot and charge. But if you are a Scout or a Phobos unit, you also get advance and charge, and advance and shoot and charge, which is quite nice for a single CP. We then have, where's my mouse gone? Whoop, whoop, there he is. We've then got Stunning Fusillade. You're a stunning Fusillade, Jay. Yeah. Infantry unit. Until the end of the phase, each model of your unit makes a ranged attack that targets an enemy unit that is more than 12 inches away. Improve the ballistic skill and armor penetration characters that attack by 1.
It's very good.
That's really
good. So it means
good.
you could have intercessors, heavy intercessors, Stern Guard go to AP2 in their shooting. Nice. Or that 10-man unit of infiltrating Terminators, turn 1, can all go to AP1.
And plus some ballistic skill.
And plus hitting on 2s. If Terminators shoot the oath target, they get +1 to hit. But if you're not targeting the oath target, hitting on 2s is super helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice, that one, isn't it? Raptorial Vigilance is your opponent's movement phase. Your adept to start is infantry or mounted unit from within 9 inches of that unit just ended the move. You can make a normal move of up to D6 or 6 if you're Phobos or Scout. And then into darkness, like Jay says.
Which is interesting.
Okay.
That's a really good stratagem, because having a redeploy is always super, super helpful.
Yeah.
Right? But units that you don't know that have Phobos, that actually have Phobos.
Like what?
The Invicta Warsuit has the Phobos keyword.
So he gets an auto 6-inch move.
In
this
he can't. He's not He's in not infantry, so he can't do it. So, but Shrike has the Phobos keyword.
Does he?
He joins non-Phobos units.
So he gives the unit the keyword?
Yeah, so he can give a 10-man unit of Vanguard Vets or Assault Intercessors with jump packs the Phobos keyword.
And then they get an auto move 6.
Yeah.
That's really nice then, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a really good little strat for a CP at that point.
And if you've got infiltrators like in the middle of the table, like having them be able to run away is super good. Same for what are they called, incursors.
I think you're missing the point of this whole detachment though, Joe, and that is that you're just supposed to run a whole detachment of scouts.
It wants you to do that, but that's bad. I've tried it before, unsurprisingly, yeah.
I love scouts. Scouts are cool.
Yeah, I used to run all scout armies back in like 5th, 6th, 7th. I was just obsessed with the concept of 10th Company Scout Force.
Okay.
I was obsessed with it.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah.
Keep the memberships and super chats coming in, chat. We will get to them, I promise you. And that's the end of that detachment.
It's a good detachment.
Does it? How? I mean, I don't know how different it is from what it was previous. What's the major changes?
So obviously, Shann obviously allows you to redeploy. Because you get access to both now, right? Because it's the same but different. So I will go to the reference part of the.
They haven't replaced the other.
They haven't replaced it. It's just extra. So where is it? So it's called Vanguard Spearhead, right? So enhancement says Blade Driven Deep, so still the Infiltrator one. There's one called Ghost Weave Cloak, which gives an individual character lone op and stealth.
Yeah, this
So
one's got that. Umbral Raptor. The bearer has stealth and lone op abilities.
Yeah, so it's the same but different. It's the same by a different name. This is why I don't like this detachment. It's because they've just changed the name, hoping that we wouldn't notice.
Well, the other thing, so yeah, but that's what I'm saying. What's the major changes? Like, is there things on this one that are better? Because what I have noticed is where it says restrictions, your army can include Raven Guard units, but it cannot include Adeptus Astartes unit drawn from any other chapter.
Yeah, so basically this detachment is exclusively Raven Guard, or Ultramarines of no named characters, right? Or Blood Angels with no named characters. Right? Or no Blood Angels units. It's only generic Space Marines can take this.
Yeah, or Raven Guard.
But you're only going to take it with Raven Guard because they're the only ones that really gain the benefit from it.
Okay.
Yeah, so stratagems wise is the deadly prize where you can sticky an objective and make it explode when your opponent goes onto it.
Yeah.
Which is quite useful, but doesn't come up very often.
But you lost it.
We've lost it. The +1 AP one.
Do you think the strats are better overall in the new one?
The new one is better, yeah. The strats are better. Because there's one which gave your unit precision, and you're like, meh, super.
You've still got that in this one. Did you listen to me when I read it all out?
Nah. Yeah, so it's basically...
You kept precision on a unit, which I think is great. You kept armor of contempt. You've got your extra shooting. You've got your move now, but Phobos and Scout get...
Yeah, so the only one that's gone is a deadly prize, which is the make an objective sticky.
What did that get swapped with? Did that get swapped with the extra AP and business skill one?
No, that stayed the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many there? 5 or 6?
6. 6 strats, yeah, it's a detachment. There's always been 6 for a detachment.
The redeploy is the same. The precision is the same.
We're prepped, chat.
Let's go on.
Armor of contempt and your stunning fuselage, or shooty one.
So it's still got
She's cool on the horse.
armor of contempt.
A horse with a skull mask. Banging. I'm here for it.
Um,
I'm here for it, chap.
Different is enhancement for early strat res, no sticky bomb. Precision now 1 CP and reactive move.
Was the precision strat 2 CP before?
Oh no, there's 1 CP in here. They're all 1 CP.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is what I don't like about it. It's just really like, meh.
Yeah, I feel like it's...
Like, I kind of feel like it's Raven Guard, right? Raven Guard are also are known for assault troops with jump packs.
I know where you're going to go. You wanted them as battle line.
Yeah, make them battle line.
I knew where you were going with that one.
Because there's a strat, if you take Shrike, so Shrike hasn't lost the ability to make units of assault instances of jump packs OC2. Why don't you make them battle line?
It's weird, isn't it? It's definitely a weird sort of pseudo-lazy choice, I feel like.
Yeah. It's like,
we have decided that this was supposed to be the Raven Guard detachment, and so we're going to literally make it the Raven Guard detachment.
Yeah.
Not really going to change much, though. It just seems a bit meh.
Yeah.
Like, I don't love it. I'm going to be honest, chat. This is one of those moments where I don't love it. I think it's a good detachment. I like the detachment. I like the rules. But I don't like, I'm with Joe. I'm like, you could have just modified the old one and said it's Raven Guard only. Or what you could have done is you could have just done a whole new one.
A whole purely Raven Guard one where assault intercessors become battle line, as in assault intercessors with jump packs become battle line, and made more of an emphasis on the fact that they are also an assault troop
Lucky says Art of War gushing over it, saying could contend Gladius. Art of War know more about the game than I ever will, probably. And at the moment, what I want to get clear is I'm not commenting on its validity or how good it is. I don't really know. I think it sounds like it's a good detachment. What I'm commenting on is the fact that it's kind of lazy. It's kind of, here's an old detachment. We're just going to kind of tweak it and stick it out like it's a new detachment.
Yeah, it just...
I prefer the fact that it's locked to Raven Guard.
Yeah.
I do. I like that. But just update the old one. Or update the old one a bit and bring a new one out that's unique to Raven Guard.
Do you know what this is, right? This is the thing that Games Workshop were very clearly going away from. So in 7th, 8th, 9th, you had chapter tactics for your specific chapter, right?
Yeah.
And then in 10th edition, they're like, get rid of that because there's feel bads. Because if you're a Blood Angel, you get +1 strength, +1 attack on the charge. But if you're an Imperial Fist, you get bolter drill, you know? You get critical hits on bolt guns, and bolt guns are all AP 0. Like, no one cares. So they got rid of it because they were saying that it was like a feel-bad situation where you were, if you have a favourite chapter, you were kind of negatively impacted by the rules. So what they've done now is they've gone, well, you now have a specific Raven Guard detachment, but by the way, it's the same as the one that you already have.
Yeah.
You know, which is a feel bad because it's like we could have given you your own specific one, but made it good or different. If it was different and shit, I wouldn't be complaining.
I didn't mind the old way. The reason why I didn't mind the old way is because we had custom chapters and custom craft worlds and custom. The only downside with the custom ones, they needed a bit of work. And when I say they needed a bit of work, what I mean was you typically found that a combination of custom craft world things became broken.
Yeah.
And so that was what everybody ran. Which arguably is more of a problem with the customer base than it is the actual game system itself.
Yeah.
To a point. That being said,
but
you can't. I don't think you can criticise people that go, "This is the strongest combination, so this is what I'm going to run," because I don't want to be handicapped. You know, ultimately. But I think if you'd have done some work on the custom stuff to balance it out a bit better, if you wanted to run your Raven Guard detachment, which was Raven Guard, you could, or you could still run Raven Guard and build your custom detachment. I don't know. I feel like that was the better way of doing it. I'm not sure. I know that when they came out in 10th edition and said everything's unlocked to everybody, I gushed over it and thought it was great. And then what we found is we've seen 2 years of Gladius.
Yeah.
And so we kind of are in the same place as the custom. Like what we are actually in is the same place as the custom craft world.
Yeah.
That's not really changed, right? We're in the same place because ultimately Gladius can be taken by anyone. So we're back in the place where Gladius is what you see. For Blood Angels and for
for everyone.
Dark Angels, exactly. So
it's like I had the Black Templars Codex, right? It's come out, and I was very excited for the Black Templars Codex, and then I read it, and I was like, Gladius is still the best detachment for Black Templars, right? If you wanna go to events, or if you wanna do reasonably well with Black Templars, you just take Gladius because it's the best. And then the Black Templars Codex, you look at it and you go, actually, the best Black Templars detachment now is the Grotmus one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just is. Because you, in the Codex, you've got 3 very good narrative, but not good detachments. You've got one which is Judicas and Chaplains. Judicas can't join any Black Templar unit. And if you're running Chaplains, you're basically not using the name characters that come in the book. And then you've got another one which is all about Crusade squads and Ancients. And that's cool, but Crusaders aren't that great. And then the other one's Land Raider detachment, which is cool, but Land Raiders just aren't very good at the moment, especially the Crusader.
Do you know what is actually cool? This fucking horse.
Horses are cool. I'm building horses as well. So I think I like the fact that what I find interesting, right, is Shann's rule on his book could have just been if you run the Vanguard Infiltrators Detachment, you can have 2 units going to reserve.
Well, let's talk about Shann's rule, shall we? Because we've got these ready to go as well. So on the top of my little thing here, whoop, whoop, I go over here, whoop, like that. We can get Shann's rules up.
Yeah.
Here he is. Chapter Master Athean Shann. 14-inch move, toughness 4, 3-up save with a 4-up invuln. That's important. 5 wounds. Toughness 4, 5 wounds, 3-up save, 4-up invuln. I'll explain why that's important in a minute. And something else I'll explain important in a minute as well. Leadership 6, OC 1. We've talked about his invulnerable save. He's got a heavy bolt pistol, 18-inch range pistol. It hits on 2s, strength 4, -1 damage, so nothing special. But then he's got his Claws of Severax, which is sustained hits 2, twin linked, 7 attacks, hitting on 2s, it's strength 5, -2, 2 damage. -2, 2 damage. How do they come up with it?
Yeah.
We've then got Deep Strike, Lone Op, and Stealth. So he does get a -1 to hit with Stealth, even if he's within 12 inches, because he's got Stealth, and he has a Lone Op, obviously.
Yeah.
In your command phase, you can select 1 unit from your opponent's army until the start of your next command phase. Each time a status unit from your army declares a charge, while it is within 12 inches of that enemy unit, you can re-roll the charge roll, but it must declare that enemy unit as a target of the charge. That's quite nice.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have to be in range of anyone.
And he doesn't need to be able to see it either.
He just has to pick a unit, which is quite cool. And then Blackwing Mantle, you can target this model's unit. This model's... Right. Hang on. Wait there a minute. Just wait there a second, chat. Yeah, I thought so. Right, cool. So, wording, right?
Yeah. Wording equals bad?
In the Thanes, Warcom did what we call Gorlaid it, right?
Yeah.
They fucked it up, but that's partly because of the wording. You could target this model's unit with the rapid ingress and heroic intervention stratagems for 0 CP, even if you already use that stratagem on a different unit this phase. Don't get excited. He's got Lone Up, but if we scroll down, he can't lead anything.
No, which is a problem.
Chapter Master the Raven Guard. If your army includes Atheon, Shann, and Kavayan Shrike, until the end of the battle, Shrike loses Lone Op, and it replaces the Chapter Master keyword with Captain. He's an epic hero. He's equipped with Claws of Severax. He can't lead anybody.
No.
So when it says his unit can rapid ingress or heroically intervene, it means he can. Yeah. Not to say that he's bad, and he's one of the best Space Marine models they've ever made. I think it is the best Space Marine model they've ever made. That's personal preference. Logan Grimnar exists, is my problem.
So Logan Grimnar is a really, really nice stoic model standing on a rock. But he's just a hairy man.
He's beautiful, Joe. I won't hear anything bad about Logan.
But if Logan Grimnar didn't have the 2 wolves, he'd be much less impressive.
But it's still part of his model.
Yeah. But I think Shann is the most standout, like, in terms of pose. His combat is mad good.
Yeah, it is.
So he's got the same combat profile as Shrike, but he has sustained hits too.
The Shrike also have twin links?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they have the same combat profile, but Shann is basically...
Is he not also, though, flat neutered when he comes up against anything that's -1 damage?
Oh, he's fucked.
Okay.
Right, he can't...
So it's mad good as long as you're careful what you throw him into.
Yeah, and so I've said this about what's his name? Barry from Votan.
Yeah.
And the Emperor's Champion. And Lucius the Eternal.
Right.
They're all Lone Op characters.
Yeah, we seem to be moving towards this now.
They're all Lone Op characters. And everyone says they're amazing because they've got Lone Op. And I'm like, Lone Op is not as good as you think it is in the game.
I think it is.
Because Lone Op, if your opponent can deep strike in range of him, he's dead, right? Shann has the benefit that he's got stealth, so he's -1 to hit.
And a redeploy.
But he's not Phobos.
Does that not mean that you just have to be careful where you place him, though?
You have to, with him, you have to place him so delicately on the table, and you have to always think about where he is. He's not a I use this guy in all 5 rounds. He's he might get used once or twice a game.
For reference, chat, I think Loan Up's great, by the way.
It has its uses, but not on someone that you want to be a close combat monster. Because Lucius has the benefit of having fight first, right? If your opponent charges Shann, he's dead.
So make sure you can't charge him then. Charge first.
Charge first with Shann.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Deep Strike, I think Deep Strike for him is a trap.
you don't put him in deep strike, you always start him on the table.
So rapid ingressing him is therefore a trap, unless you want to uppy downy him.
Yeah. The problem is, right, in our channel meta, right, our channel specifically,
This is where he's going to blame Tom and Paddy.
he's terrible. Because of Tom and Paddy.
I knew it.
Yeah. And arguably Space Wolves.
Why?
Because he can't kill Space Wolf characters apart from Ragnar Blackflame.
Yeah, he'd tear Ragnar apart.
Yeah, he'll tear Ragnar apart, but
I'm not entirely convinced he wouldn't flatten someone like, what's his face? Like Arjak. Arjak's 6 wounds, no -1 damage.
yes, I'm winning him on 4s. So actually,
With rerolls.
With rerolls, so he can actually hurt Arjak on 3s with Oath because he gets +1 to wound.
Yeah.
So he might be able to hurt Arjak. But in our local meta, as it were, in the land of fucking orcs, orcs and custodies, he's not great. In the land of toughness 6 monsters, he's not great. But I love him. I think he's great. I think he is the first step in the right direction for Raven Guard. In my eyes.
His aesthetic. So I'm gonna throw it out there. His aesthetic is beautiful, and it's the first time I've looked at Raven Guard and gone, "Oh, this is a model that I'd like to paint one day." Just because I have no interest in a Raven Guard army. I never want to collect Raven Guard. I'll put that out there now. But I'd quite happily paint him because he's very pretty. So aesthetically, I think he's very good. I like his rule set for the most part. When you saw his rule set, were you overall happy, or were you kind of?
When I saw it. I'm not saying he's a bad character. I do think he's really, really good. In the context of what you have access to as a generic Space Marine army, he is very, very good. Having him and Shrike running around the table, Raven Guard are in a good position, a good place now.
You reckon?
Right.
I thought Shrike was always a bit poo.
Yeah, but having both, you've got redundancies, right?
Look at that. Fucking stunning, isn't it?
I think him and Shrike tag teaming, running around the table, gives you some very, very good threats. Having those two, a character that has the Lord of Deceit, and maybe a Cowardice Assassin, right, on the table, you then start to look at a very, very techie Raven Guard army.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think. And if you ever played Magic the Gathering, it's very much like a blue magic deck, right? Oh. It's all about moves and counter moves and being able to like tech into cool stuff. I really like him. I'm gonna run out Raven Guard as much as possible to the point where it doesn't get boring for the channel. Right, that's the important bit, is it doesn't get boring. And I'm going to be using him in like private games. They're definitely going to be coming to a tournament with me.
Beachhead.
Well, there's another army that might be my beachhead. Mainly because I want to get. I think my Raven Guard's a really pretty army. What I quite like for Raven Guard, they're like my new favourite unit next to Stern Guard now, is the humble company heroes.
Yes.
I ran out on Tuesday. I love company heroes. I think they're an incredible unit. And I've got one unit of company heroes for Raven Guard. So in this detachment, you've then got Shann, if he's being shot at, he's over 12 inches. We can't shoot him. The problem is if you shoot at him from 12 inches away, you can't because he's got lone op, right? So he's only ever going to have a 3-up save. I think Shann should have a 2-up save.
Well, I wanted to ask you a question.
Because he's the chapter master.
One of the things I've noticed about a lot of what's happening is is 10th edition. Right, I don't want to bang the boring drum, okay? Because we've heard it all before about all the Warcom phrases that have never proven to be true.
Yeah.
But one of the things they did do in 10th edition was they came away from what was kind of set in stone for such a long time about things like strength and toughnesses, right? And so we're in a world now where tanks are toughness 11 and toughness 12, and you've got things that are toughness 14 and blah, blah, blah. Now, Space Marines remain, somehow, toughness 4. And I think that when you consider the narrative world of Warhammer 40k and you consider a Space Marine, the reason why toughness 4 was the toughness value of Space Marines in days gone by was because we had a world where toughness stopped at 10.
Yeah.
And actually, we never really saw toughness 10, really.
It was super rare.
Yeah, because they had vehicle armours, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like now that we've come away from this restrictive, only up to 10 toughness value, 4 now feels really fucking weak. Because when all the vehicles have gone up to toughness 9, 10, 11, what they've done is they've banged a load of strengths up. So a las cannon's gone from strength 9 to strength 12, and et cetera, et cetera. But Space Marine toughness has somehow stayed the same.
The thing is, though, right, so toughness 4 was the benchmark of the best toughness in the game, right? And they carried bolt guns, which was strength 4. So a bolt gun couldn't really hurt a Space Marine. Strength 5 was common, but not everywhere, right? Strength 6 was kind of iffy, but like rare in the extremes. Anything above that was like just elite anti-tank weaponry, right? And so most things in the game hurt Space Marines on 4s and 5s. But the average strength of this average combat profile in the game now is strength 5, AP 2, damage 2. Right? It's everywhere. There's anti-infantry 3+ everywhere. Anti-infantry 4+ everywhere. So being toughness 4 with a 3-up save is, like in Shann's case, and like AP1 is everywhere. He's basically only having a 4-up save.
And why can't he have Artificer armor?
He's a chapter master.
Yeah, why can't he have Artificer armor so he has a 2-up save? Like, it seems dumb. Like, I like all of his rules.
Yeah.
I like all of his rules. I like the concept of what they're trying to do with him. I like the loan-up thing. I just don't love 5 wounds, a toughness 4 and a 3-up save. That is just going to get him killed. And the problem isn't loan up, because loan up's a great concept. The problem is they've scaled up all the strengths, they've scaled up a lot of the toughnesses, they haven't done it with the elite Space Marines. No. So elite Space Marines, unless you give Space Marines a generic rule that they have the always, if something's stronger than they are tough, they're -1 a wound, to just kind of prove their superhuman physiology, right, or something like that. I don't. What else can? Because at the moment they just fall over so easy.
Yeah, I feel like all Space Marines should have a 2-up save now.
And if you take something like a heavy bolter, right? Yeah. Heavy bolter is one of my the biggest ones that annoys me. If you shoot a heavy bolter at an Imperial Guardsman, what are you wounding on?
A 3.
Yeah, you shoot a heavy bolter at a Space Marine, what are you wounding on?
A 3.
Why is it the same?
Yeah.
Why is shooting a heavy bolter at a flak armoured human a 3 and a power armoured superhuman Space Marine a 3?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be the same.
And it's only AP1, right? And
don't get me started on bolter AP, Joe. That's laughable.
And a heavy bolter round is bigger than this fucking cup.
Yeah,
right?
and an explosive
If I got hit by that, there's not going to be vast portions of my body left.
And some armies, like Custodes and other factions, have proven that you don't need to be a Horde army to be able to compete at 40k.
Yeah.
So why do Space Marines, why do they sit in a place where they are in fact a Horde army? It's mad.
Well, also, the Space Marine company only has 1 captain.
Don't. You won like 4 on Tuesday, so...
Yeah. But then, like, Tom had 1 million war bosses. It's the same problem for every army now, right? Like, Tau Crisis Suit Commanders are a fucking dime a dozen. They were, like... They were, like, rare. They're, like, prototype.
Yeah, but if you go back to the Orc War Boss one, right? When you have a detachment that says you can... every war boss unit gets this, well, then you're encouraging people to spam war bosses. When you have a detachment that says, like Eldar have one with like Psychers, well, you're encouraged to spam Farseers. A little bit less of a narrative problem for Eldar, to be fair. But the point is that when you have detachments that say, you get this from this particular unit, well then I'll spam it because I can.
Yeah.
When you're going to give me a captain in Phobos armor, a captain in Gravis armor, a captain in Standard armor, a captain in Terminator armor, like people are like, cool, I can actually quite literally take 12 captains. Oh, you can also have a Death Company captain and a captain with jump pack. And now we go back to the age-old issue of breaking all the data sheets out into individual things rather than saying a captain is 80 points, Terminator armor is plus 20 points, a jump pack is plus 10 points. Like now what we've got, because if you actually had that, if you had that as a datasheet way of building captains, guess what? Rule of 3 means you'd only ever get 3 captains.
Yeah,
but now you can take fucking 18 captains in an army.
Yeah.
I think Shann is really, really good. I think he's fucking cool as a model. I really like his rules. But it basically nailed home to me that I have a real problem with Space Marine toughness now. They don't feel tough. I think that's my big problem with them at the moment.
Well, my biggest problem with Space Marines is that the codexes and the detachments, it doesn't really matter what the detachment is or what chapter you're running, is your army's nearly the same as every other Space Marine army. It's like, so like, I really want every Space Marine chapter that we have on the channel to play different to all the others, to be made up of different things.
To be unique, yeah, 100%.
To be unique, because it's a case like I don't want to just paint the same 3,000 points into different colours over and over and over again. But that's the route it's just naturally progressing down.
Because that's the units are good no matter what they're in.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what they're in.
But talking about that though, what you have done over the course of the last few years, because it's a very Joe thing, is you've painted an absolute, again, I'll put us back on angle cam, you've painted a metric fuck ton of Terminators.
Yeah.
But even Terminators, right? Terminators now, the classic like narrative, the classic, always people were worried about it, 2-up Terminator armor save, now means literally fuck all, because everything's AP2. So you basically never get your 2-up Terminator save. And if a bloke's got a gun or an opponent's got guns that are AP0, they look at those Terminators, they're going to go, nah, there's no point, unless they're able to chuck out 50 shots.
Yeah,
might get
and then it's like you're like, I'm going to shoot, I'm going to roll all of these dice in the hope that if I do a wound, because then my damage to close combat weapon will hurt you, or if I'm really lucky, I might kill one.
Yeah,
you know.
And yet in years gone by, Terminator armor was a 3+ save, but you rolled 2d6.
Yeah.
And because of the old AP system, I'm not saying we should bring back the old AP system. I prefer it. I'm not saying we should bring it back. I'm saying that 40k and Heresy, for example, should have different rules. But the old AP system meant that Terminators felt fucking. They didn't need 3 wounds because they felt so fucking tough with 1 wound and a 2-up save.
Yeah.
And now you just never see your 2-up save. So that gets resolved by making Space Marine units tough again.
Yeah.
Make Space Marines great again.
I always feel like all Space Marine units should just be -1 to be wounded, if the strength is higher.
Like that could almost be an army rule, right?
Yeah.
Near enough, or God forbid, a keyword rule, or
Yeah.
That's my little rant about Space Marines.
But no, I love Shann. I think Shann's great. I was looking at a Vanguard list last night, but the thing is, there's like. All Space Marines kind of turn into the same thing, like I was just saying. And
yeah, I agree.
I had a list for Vanguard, which was 2 units of 10 Stern Guard, and 3 units of Company Heroes, and a unit of Terminators in it. Because Company Heroes in this detachment, so when they're over 12 inches away, are -1 to be hit, -1 to wound, and always count as being in cover. So they've got 2-up save as well.
So what you're doing then is you're having to abuse the detachment rule to basically make the Space Marine unit feel like it's a Space Marine.
Yeah, and then like the Stern Guard have librarians in, so they're -1 to be hit. They've got 4-up invuln, and they've got 2-up save.
Yeah.
And then I do think it is a very, very good detachment. Like
it is a good.
My gripe is that it's not different. Because it already exists. Because my gripe is that it all exists. We already have it, what it is. What I wanted was something more uniquely Vanguard. But the detachment itself, it's got legs. It's got many legs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can achieve many things with it, big wow. Shann's really good. Yeah, I'm going to be taking it out for a spin. And what
So
I do,
you're mostly happy.
I'm very happy with it. It's very cool. Is it as good as Gladius? No, because nothing ever will be as good as Gladius.
Well, again, someone said earlier that apparently Art of War are suggesting it could unseat Gladius as the best.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know how much I buy that, but I will also quote, like I said before, Art of War know more about this game than I ever will. So if they say it could unseat Gladius, I guess that there's some level of possibility in it. But I think Gladius still gives you a better. I personally think Gladius still gives you a better multi-bank of tools, but you know.
Yeah, Gladius is a better combat army, right? This army is all about staying out of range, out of combat. If you have to commit to combat, you kind of have to kill what you're going into, and then you kind of like you strike and fade away. Fade away.
Strike and fade.
Yeah.
Right. It's not the only rules they've released, though, Jojo.
It's not.
So if we jump back into that particular screen, we now have the Emperor's Shield. So this must be a brand new, completely different detachment for Imperial Fists, right?
No.
No.
No, it's not. It is. So what I hoped for, right, when I knew this was coming, what I was hoping is they were going to make the Imperial Fist attachment better.
Yeah.
But they were like, no, hold my beer.
Okay.
We're going to try to make First Company Task Force better.
Okay.
And they have and they haven't. Right? They have in the sense that they've got the absolute fucking unit that is Lysander in it. And he is an absolute fucking unit.
Yeah, he'd be good.
And he, in this detachment, it becomes a very, very resilient army. It has, however, I do think, lost my favourite stratagem. But we'll have to double check in case I missed it.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll come to that in a minute.
I hope it hasn't lost your favourite stratagem, Jay.
So the detachment rule is once per game, you pick a unit that is oafed, and your whole army gets to re-roll versus it. Re-roll to wound.
Once per game? No. Each time a model from your army with the Oath of Moment ability makes an attack that targets your Oath of Moment target, you can re-roll a wound roll of 1.
Oh, they've changed it?
Yeah.
Okay, because in my head, it was just re-roll all wounds.
No. You re-roll a wound roll of 1 every time you target the Oath target.
So
it turns out, chat, when I said I didn't read it, what we meant was neither of us did.
I thought we might have received a different one.
You reckon?
I think they're on the hunt. I think there's a manhunt.
You think there's a leak hunt?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think we had a different one. I have to check it, but
okay. We probably shouldn't have said that live on it.
Yeah, but it shows if it's true, it shows the Games Workshop's working.
Yeah, and that it wasn't us.
Yeah.
Okay, so each time a model from your army with the Oath of Moment ability makes an attack that targets your Oath of Moment target, you can re-roll a wound roll of 1.
Much better.
And each... really good, Jay, right? Better. Each time a model in a Lysander unit from your army makes an attack that targets the Oath of Moment target, you can re-roll all wounds.
So good.
That is pretty... he is a tank, isn't he?
So good.
Again, They lock this specific... So this doesn't replace the other one. This is in addition to, which I still have a gripe about, but... If you take this one, you can take Imperial Fist units, but you can't take Ultramarines, Blood Angels, Space Wolves. You can obviously take Salamanders, that's fine, but...
So, what's really good about this, especially Lysander's units specifically, re-rolling all wound rolls all the time, makes the gun Terminators very good. Right?
Does it?
Because you get more shooting, more efficient shooting from them all the time.
They're not making them very good, though. They're still fucking Stormbolters.
They're still Stormbolters, but you get more consistent shooting from a unit that normal shooting is pretty pap, right?
Yeah.
So you get more consistent shooting out of them. Your close combat versus... So a standard unit of Terminators versus the Oath target hits on 2s, not 3s. So you're hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s, and then you're wounding most stuff on the game... on 2s re-rolling everything. Because don't forget, you're a standard Space Marine, right? So you get +1 to wound versus the oath target as well.
Yeah, but as you said, like so many people now just running toughness 6 meta. So
yeah, but if you're toughness 6, you're strength 8 with +1 to wound. So you're wounding on 2s.
Yeah. That's the melee profile. It's not the gun profile.
Yeah, but the gun profile you've got 12 assault cannon shots, which re-rolling to wound is much better because dev, you're getting more consistent dev out of them.
I always forget they have dev.
Yeah, you've got dev, and then your storm bolters, you've got 32 storm bolter shots. So versus chaff, much better. Versus a knight, you're wounding on 6s, but you're getting a few more wounds out of it potentially.
I'm going to throw this out there though. I think it just makes things like fucking aggressors better, more than Terminators.
Yeah, but he can't join Terminators.
He can join Terminators.
Lysander. No, he can't join aggressors.
Yeah, okay.
Right? But aggressors are all twin linked anyway.
Yeah, but with +1 wound.
Yeah. Yeah, but but I'm just saying that Lysander's unit re-rolling wound is great, especially when you think about the fact that Assault Terminators and Thunderhammers have got dev wounds.
Yeah, I was about to say that. So all this talk about Terminators with Stormbolters, surely he just goes into Assault Terminators.
Yeah, so Assault Terminators, I think the best version of the Thunderhammer Storm Shield are in Liberate Assault Force because they get +2 strength and they get an extra attack because they've only got 3 attacks each.
Yeah.
And they hit on 4s.
Right.
So,
but in Lysander's unit, that the +2 strength is largely irrelevant.
It's irrelevant because you're re-rolling wounds,
yeah.
right? But you're getting more efficient dev wounds out of them. The big downside, though, is that Games Workshop only sells the old Assault Terminators.
Yeah.
So,
New Assault Terminators win?
I reckon they're coming on the way. But if you currently have in your bits box Thunderhammers and Storm Shields for Terminators,
let Joe know.
Please send them to the PO box.
Here's a bold statement as well, right? That I'm going to make right now, based off no intuition, based off no fact, based on nothing at all, but just my own gut instinct. 11th edition.
Yeah.
Right. What do we think that Lysander is probably best suited to?
Terminators?
Assault Terminators.
Yeah.
What do we think someone like Shann would probably be better in if he could lead a unit?
Vanguard
Something like
vets.
Vanguard vets.
Yeah.
What do we think the White Scars Bike Man would be best leading if it existed? Some unit of jet bikes or something,
Yeah.
right? None of these things exist.
No, I think they're coming.
I wonder if these characters are a precursor to new Space Marine units, either at the end of this edition or a new edition.
I personally think we're getting a Space Marine box set before the end of the edition.
Yeah, you said this a few times.
Yeah.
I don't know about the end of the edition, but I think these characters are precursors to new units that these individual characters will then be able to lead. And I wonder if the wording on Shann's datasheet, this model's unit, can use the heroic intervention or whatever the other one was.
Yeah, because otherwise, what's the wording?
On what, mate?
On Barry. Where's the book? Is he this model or this model's unit?
Who's Barry?
Barry! Barry Scott.
I don't know what you're talking about, Joe.
Votan man.
I don't know why.
Because he's a lone op, but he can't join a unit. I want to know what his wording is.
He's gone.
I'll come back. Leagues of Votan. Great front cover, by the way. Beautiful. Beautiful front cover.
Better under our camera lighting.
Yeah. Oh, we've got the... Where are you, Barry?
So this detachment rule then, pretty good. We like it. We're a fan. That's decent. We obviously have, what's Joe looks for his rules, we obviously have 4 enhancements available to us, chat. Now, my mouse is flashing red over here, which means the battery's going to die soon. There might be a point where I have to go over to the deck to do the actual camera work, and I don't know, we'll see.
It says this model.
It's different, exactly.
I personally think that Shann's rules potentially that they're missing a unit that he's allowed to join.
Yeah.
I think someone's made a boo-boo.
Okay.
And he's supposed to be able to join a unit. Because also narratively it makes sense. Because this really bugged me when I first saw it, was that the narrative of Shrike, when they first made him chapter master, up until now, has always been that he didn't want to be chapter master. He doesn't have the temperament for it. He's too aggressive. He wants to go out there. He wants to fight and kill heretics, right? And they want to find someone with a better temperament that's better at leading an army. And what they've replaced them with is a chapter master who's even more of a close combat monster, right? And he's a lone op. He doesn't want to work with anyone, you know?
So they've liked it.
They've just replaced him with the same thing. So I kind of think that I think they've made a boo-boo.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think it's because we've got the units coming. So you've got 4 enhancements as always. Champion of the Feast, a Astartes model, add 1 to the attacks characteristic of the bearer's melee weapons once per battle at the start of any phase. If he uses this enhancement, and then until the end of the phase, add 1 to the attacks characteristics of melee weapons equipped by other models in the bearer's unit as well. Yeah. Again, good on Captain and Assault Terminators, but actually just kind of good in anything. +1 attack for Blade Guard is decent.
Yeah, +1 attack for Blade Guard is really good.
+1 attack for Companies of Heroes is fucking good.
It's very, very good. Yeah, there's no bad situation for that ability.
No.
Company Heroes is great. Like a captain in a unit of Blade Guard is very good. Because obviously the Blade Guard give them the benefit of the rerolls. And then once per game, he can just make the Blade Guard better. When he goes best day ever, he goes to a flat 10 attacks.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not bad, is it?
Yeah. There's no place where that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe a librarian and a unit of intercessors. But even then, those intercessors go to 4 attacks each.
Yeah, it's still a lot, isn't it, to be fair. All right, 2 seconds. We've got to concentrate as I put this thing together, and then I can be with you, Joe. Because this is fiddly as fuck.
The next one is Disciple of Rhetoricus. I bet he was really boring. This battle brother is well versed in the book of the 5 spheres, drawing upon the teachings of the ancient treaties to command with clarity and purpose. I bet he was last minute.
But it was as well.
Yeah, I bet everyone was happy around that guy. A Dempsey Astartes Terminator model only improved the objective control characteristic of the bearer by 1. Once per battle, at the start of any phase, the bearer can use this enhancement. If it does, till the end of the phase, add 1 to the control characteristic of other models in the bearer's unit as well. What's interesting, I'm interested to see if they keep it. Hang on. For the PayPal payment of £1.99. Go to my bank.
Go out or in?
Out. I'd be worried if it came in. Where are we?
We are also on 76 members chat, which is amazing because last night was an absolute utter disaster for the Warhammer show. So I appreciate you all so far. I massively appreciate Mr. Matt, who's given 50 of those.
So
we'll get to the hopes in just a second.
What's interesting, right? I hope he keeps it, right? Because I'm pretty sure Vulcan kept his. In the balanced data slate, if Danarth Lysander... Oh, it's not changed it here. So his balanced data slate rule. If he's in your army, non-character models in Terminator Assault Squad and Terminator Squad have an objective control characteristic of 2.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
So the captain goes to OC2, and then once per game, the entire unit goes to OC3 each.
It's decent, isn't it?
Right?
It's right.
If you put this on an ancient, he also gives the unit +1. So then you've got Terminators at OC4. They're like, this is my objective.
No one can take it from me.
Yeah.
So there we go, display of that one. Indomitable Champion, a Terminator model only. The first time the bearer is destroyed, roll a d6 and a 2+, set him back on the battlefield as close as possible, but not within engagement range with 3 wounds remaining. I get back up. I like it, always.
Get back up Terminator is good.
Get back up is great. The amount of times people forget about that rule when something's got that rule, and they finally kill I have it with Fugan all the time. Oh, he's dead. Yeah, get back up though.
Yeah.
And importantly, as always with these, it's the good version. It's at the end of the phase, which is really, really nice because when it's get back up immediately, that's like, cool, I'll finish shooting you then. And you die again. But this one's get back up at the end of the phase, so I like that one quite a lot. And then we've got the Maladraxian Standard, an ancient model. Joe loves a banner.
Fucking love banners.
Each time I attack targets the banner's unit, the bearer's unit, if the strength is greater than the toughness characteristic of the bearer's unit, subtract 1 from the wound roll. Which is where you can now put this on a banner bearer, Terminator Ancient, put him in the unit Terminators, and you will get -1 to wound if the strength is higher, which makes them feel a bit more Terminatory.
Yeah, so good. That's like I've been like I said this after the Space Wolves came out, and you look at how Wolfguard Terminators are, and you look at how Deathwing Knights are. Just make all Terminators -1 wound.
It is better, isn't it?
Like I said it about all Space Marines. Just put it on Terminators.
It's definitely not Joe's own personal agenda because he just fucking loves Terminators.
I fucking love Terminators. I fucking love banners. This Detachment was written for me.
Yeah.
I feel personally.
Now you know why he's been painting Imperial Fist. It's not because he's suddenly a secret fan of Arak.
I've always loved Imperial Fists. I'm currently trying to figure out how to do Assault Terminators. I'm thinking we were talking about this before we went on stream. I'm going to use Deathwing Knight bodies. I've got some Imperial Fist Storm Shields on the way, the big ones. And I said that maybe I could just use normal fists on the Deathwing Knights.
I think fists with shields, so you know that they're Assault Terminators,
Yeah.
because they're Imperial Fists, is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think you'd get away with it.
The Fistatrons.
The Fistatrons.
Mr. Fister.
So there you go. That's your detachment rule, which is much better than Joe thought it was, and your, which is obviously probably just made him very happy, and your 4 enhancements. Decent bank in general. I think all those enhancements have play. I always like it when every enhancement has some play in it as well.
Yeah.
And then we go to the strats. We've got Armour of Contempt again. Of course, we've got Fury of the First. So your shooting phase or fight phase, a Terminator, Stern Guard, Blade Guard, or Vanguard vet unit that has not yet been selected to shoot or fight. Until the end of the phase, each time a model unit makes an attack, add 1 to the hit roll. If your unit is below its starting strength, add 1 to the wound roll as well. For 1 CP, very good strat.
So good.
Doesn't rely you, so you basically get your oath, but you don't have to use the oath target,
Yeah.
which is quite nice, right?
Which is
very,
important.
very good.
Yeah.
Obdurate Vengeance is another one. Fight phase just after an enemy unit has selected its targets. 1 Terminator, Blade Guard, Stern Guard, or Vanguard vet unit from your army that was the target until the end of the phase. Each time a model unit was destroyed, if the model has not fought this phase, roll a d6, and thankfully on a 3+, you get to fight on death, essentially, right? Now it's 1 CP, 2 CP is normally auto fight on death, which Joe loves. 1 CP for a 3+ fight on death, however, isn't that bad.
It's not terrible.
It's all right.
Right, and the good thing is that if you got a Space Marine captain in the unit, you can do it for free.
Yeah. So a free 3+ is quite nice.
A free 3+ fight on death is great in my eyes.
Say it with me, Joe. A free 3+.
A free.
No.
A free.
No. A free 3+. You can do it. I believe in you. And the flower tots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 3+ fight on death for a CP is quite nice. We've then got Wrathful Conquerors, Terminator, Blade Guard, Stern Guard, Vanguard unit. So obviously all the first company stuff. That from your army within range of an objective marker that you control. It's sticky. Sticky for 1 CP, great.
It's great, especially in an army that you're probably not going to be running things like intercessors in. I mean, you can run bog standard intercessors because Imperial Fists.
But it does give you a bit of versatility.
Yeah, because it means you could deep strike Terminators into your opponent's backfield, stick their home objective, and then walk off.
Waddle, yeah. Which is nice.
Yeah.
I like that one.
I like it.
A 1 CP Disciplined Extermination. Again, Terminator, Stern Guard, Vanguard, Blade Guard in your shooting phase that has not yet been selected to shoot, right?
Yeah.
You get Ignores Cover and improve the armor penetration characteristic of that weapon by 1. Very good. 1 CP, Ignores Cover, and improve AP by 1.
So good.
So on Stern Guard, that's incredibly good.
Yeah, but also on Terminators now that re-roll all wounds.
Yeah, I can see them
much better.
getting some mileage out of it. They're still Stormbolters, though. You can polish a turd, it's still a turd.
Yeah, but even if you don't take the assault cannons or flamers or missile launchers, that's still 40 shots re-rolling all hits and wounds.
Yeah.
At AP1, right? Like you're going, like you're killing, like
AP1 ignores cover, which in essence can also be
AP1
classed as AP2.
ignores cover +1 to wound. So you're hitting custodes on 2s, re-rolling everything. So that's like 36 hits, right? You're wounding on 4s now, re-rolling everything. So that's like 20 wounds.
Yeah.
And then the custodes go to a 3-up save. So you're killing 1, maybe 1.5 custodes. It's better than 0 custodes.
I'd have to run the math on it, maybe.
It's better than 0.
I mean,
If
what is better than 0?
If it's paddy rolling, you kill a whole unit of custodes, right?
Okay, I mean, it's decent.
Yeah.
I like it. And then we've got dropship extraction, a Terminator unit at the end of your opponent's fight phase, goes into strategic reserves. For a Terminator unit, that's actually really good.
So good.
I like it because Terminators often get caught with their pants down by being a bit slow. They're not that slow nowadays. They're
And
5-inch move.
Yeah, that's why their pants are always down.
Yeah, but giving them a bit of versatility and the thing is, sometimes what people have to look at with some of these stratagems and some of these things that units can do is you don't necessarily always have to look at what it means you can then do. You also have to look at what it makes your opponent do. So the second you take a unit of 5 Terminators and a captain and you stick them straight up in strategic reserve because you can uppy downy them, your opponent then has to think about where on earth they're going to come in and how they're going to screen. Now, importantly, this also happens at the end of your opponent's fight phase. So when you make this decision, you already know the gaps where you might be able to put these Terminators, which is very good.
Yeah, it's also really good for secondary play as well, because you can just pop in the back lines. It's why I do think I think this detachment's better than the Raven Guard detachment because you have got the fight on death and you've got uppy downy. Whereas the Raven Guard one's just got uppy downy.
You can have your Terminators in reserve, right? Your opponent can screen. You can deep strike from onto the table. Your opponent goes, oh, he's brought them in. Your opponent's next turn, he spreads everything out and moves because he's like, well, his unit's in.
Yeah,
it's fine. And then you go, ha, back into reserves. So I've seen this happen loads where opponent will have a unit on its home objective, make the home objective sticky, and once all your deep striking units have come in, they go, well, it's sticky now, all your units are in, I don't have to worry about you dropping on my backfield, and they'll push forward and push off of their objective thinking that it's relatively safe. And then you spend 1 CP, stick them in deep strike reserve at the end of your opponent's fight phase, your turn, drop them straight on the home objective, thank you, that's mine.
Yeah. Do you know what that's really good on?
What's that, mate?
A solo Terminator captain.
You reckon?
This detachment, I reckon, has got Paddy frothing at the mouth, right? He's an absolute frother, that boy. he absolutely loves a techie piece.
He does love a techie piece, yeah.
He's just gagging for a techie piece, right? So you get a Terminator captain, you give him the get back up on death enhancement, and then every turn, for free, he's just putting himself in reserve or dropping in the back lines, rapid ingressing.
Okay.
Just doing his own thing. Because having a captain that go up, down as a solo means that he can slip in the back door and it's really hard for your opponent to screen him.
I don't think he's that survivable.
But he is a secondary squad. He's your behind enemy lines. He's your engage on all fronts guy.
I think if a person was like, I've got a Terminator captain reserve, I'm like, yeah, cool. Whatever.
Yeah.
I've dropped him in your backfield, cool. I'm going to shoot him now.
Yeah, but you put him down behind walls. You put him far away from charges. He is there to score secondaries.
Okay, that's reasonable.
That's literally his only job.
That's reasonable.
Right? And then maybe your opponent's got like a unit of grots or 5 intercessors on his home objective, right? A Terminator captain can go over and deal with most of those problems.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's bad. I think what a lot of people will do is they won't be too concerned by it, and perhaps that's part of the bonus of it actually as well.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of him. Cool, thanks.
A solo 40mm base is very hard to screen.
There is also the possibility that it just gives assassination up quite easily.
Yeah, that's why you don't play him like an absolute idiot.
I don't know if you've seen me play Warhammer, Jay.
Yeah.
I typically am pretty good at playing like an absolute fucking idiot. I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah.
There we go. That is the enhancements and stratagems. I like it. I think it's decent, right? I genuinely think it's decent. This one, I like this attachment. It's interesting what someone said in chat earlier about Art of War's impression of the last attachment, because personally, I prefer this one. I'm not saying it's better. I'm simply saying I prefer it. I think it's more. There's more tools in it that I want to play.
Well, that's the joy.
The fact that it allows me to do things with Blade Guard, Stern Guard, and Terminators rather than Scouts and Phobos units. Again, makes it more appealing.
This comes back to what I was saying a minute ago, right? Is that you could literally play both armies. You could literally have one army play both of those attachments, right? And it'll be good in both.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about Space Marines, right? Obviously, you'd have Lysander in this one, Shann in the other one, but you could literally have all the other same units.
Yeah. Tom's just shown up and said, nowhere I join, and Joe's advocating for scoring secondaries. He's a changed man, Tom.
Yeah.
He's a changed man.
If I go to the same tournament as Paddy, it's a race to the top. I can't have him keep going to these tournaments for these easy wins.
Correct.
Yeah, I've got to be there to challenge him every step. He'll beat me, but at least I feel like I've challenged him.
Right, so we have got one last rule to look at, or set of rules to look at, I should mention, because obviously alongside the Imperial Fist Detachment, they've released the rules for Mr. the Lysander, who actually is one of my favourite models they've showcased so far. I think he's probably my third favourite. It's not the hardest though, is it? Because let's be honest, Rubber Dildo Man is shit. So,
Dildo Man is shit.
Rubber Dildo Man is shit. Yeah. That's a cool little unit, by the way. This goober's annoying me because his arm is a bit funny and I've butchered it with glue. But once that's dry, I can clean it up with a scalpel. What we have last, before my battery finally dies, is we have Darneth Lysander. 5-inch move because he's a Terminator. He is toughness 5 because he's a Terminator. He's got a 2-up save because he's a Terminator. Interestingly, he goes up to 7 wounds, which is tasty. So he gets +1 wound on a normal Space Marine captain because he's in Terminator armour, so he goes to 6.
A captain in Terminator armour's got 6 as well.
Oh, but fucking Shann's 5. So he gets +1 because...
Oh no, Space Marine captains have got 5.
Yeah.
If you've got a Storm Shield, you go up to 6. So he's 7 because he's got 6 and a Storm Shield.
Terminator captains are 5?
6.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll continue what I was saying, chat. So he gains +1 wound on a standard Space Marine captain because he's in Terminator armour to put him on 6, and he gets another one for having a Storm Shield to put him on 7. And he's obviously got that 4-up invulnerable save from the Storm Shield, normal leadership, and OC of 1. He has nothing but a single melee weapon, the Fist of Dawn, which is actually a hammer, which says devastating wounds, right? He gets 5 attacks.
It's shaped like a fist.
5 attacks, hits on 2, strength 10, -3 damage. Not forgetting, obviously, it is devastating wounds, and if he's targeting the Oath target, his unit re-rolls all wounds. That is fucking mental, right?
He is clapping cheeks,
yeah,
this boy.
Then you've got the icon of obstinance. Each time an attack targets this model's unit, if the strength characteristic of that attack is greater than or equal to the toughness characteristic of that unit, subtract 1 from the wound roll. Huge. So his unit becomes tough. If you think about that other enhancement, you can have 2 Terminator units who potentially have a -1 to wound as well. And then Rampart, once per battle at the start of any phase, this model can use this ability. If it does, until the end of the phase, the model has a 2+ invulnerable save. Right?
He's like, get fucked, Wardens.
He's got the standard keywords you would expect. He can lead Terminator Assault Squad or Terminator Squad, and that's that. Interesting.
He is Billy Big Bollocks. Yeah, so you put...
So you could put this...
You could put the +1 to wound
you can put
enhancement on a Terminator Ancient and put it in his unit.
But you can take that on the Ancient, add 1 to the attacks characteristic of the bearer's melee weapons. Once per battle, at the start of any phase, bearer can use his enhancement, it does all attacks. So you can put an Ancient and Lysander in a unit of Terminators with Thunderhammers.
Yeah.
And once per battle, the whole unit, including Lysander, gets +1 attack. So Lysander is a fucking unit.
Yeah, he is taking names. He is not fucking about, this guy.
No, a 2+ to hit Thunderhammer at strength 10, rerolling wounds against the Oath target at 3 damage dev wounds and AP 3 if you don't get the dev wounds. It's pretty impressive.
Do you know why I might be taking Imperial Fist to beachhead?
Why? not forgetting, by the way, that not only is it strength 10 with rerolling wounds if he's targeting the Oath target, it's strength 10 with rerolling wounds and +1 wounds if targeting the Oath target. Like, he's not fucking... And toughness 5, 7 wounds, 2 up, 4 up, and a potential 2 up, and it's what's about the start of any phase, potential 2 up invulnerable save.
Yeah.
So you charge a unit into him, you charge a unit into Lysander's unit, not only are they -1 a wound if you are equal to or greater than their toughness, and if you're going to go try and kill that unit, that's probably what you've got.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, it's going to be hard because I'm -1 a wound, and then you get to the start of the fight phase, and the Imperial Fist player goes, 2 up invuln, by the way?
Yeah. he's like Scarbrand, what?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, the 2 up invuln is not going to protect him against dev wounds himself, but, you know,
Yeah.
I think he's pretty gnarly. Right, we can go back to the main podcast now because his battery's going to die on this mouse and I can just turn it off. Cool. I think he's pretty fucking gnarly, Joe. I think he's quite impressive.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Lysander, to be fair.
Can I have some of your blue tank, please?
You can have some of it, of course you can.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. The model is beautiful. His rules are really good. And what I like about the detachment, right, it's not broken. It's not a broken detachment. It's straightforward. It's simple. You know, I'm here for a fun time, not a long time. That detachment is like, that's for like the orc players amongst us, right? That's just, I'm here to do damage.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So overall, right, they're the new Spaceman rules that are out. Overall, I like the character rules for the most part. I have a problem with Shann's survivability.
Yeah.
But then I have a problem with Space Marines survivability in general. That's why I think Space Marines are more of a horde army nowadays, which I don't like. I think Lysander's rules are incredible. I think Shann's rules are good apart from his survivability. I like them a lot. The detachments I'm a fan of. I like the fact they're locked. I think this one is just better than the old First Company Task Force.
Yeah.
Of course it is. And I think the other Raven Guard one is just better than the original Raven Guard one. I think that I would have rather they just replace the old ones with these new ones rather than give this extra Space Marine detachments.
Yeah. Just see a comment. I've lost it. Where's it gone?
What?
Is Brian says, how many points? My God, how is he better than Belial? The difference is, right, is that Belial is the captain of the Death Wing, whereas Lysander is a chapter master.
Yeah.
Is he a chapter master? No, he's just a captain. They're the same rank. I don't know. Who is the chapter master of the Imperial Fist?
I don't know.
I don't know who that is at the moment.
Yeah, it's like I think they should just replace the old detachments. If I'm honest with you, I don't think because let's face it, most people won't use those other detachments anyway. So I think just replace them would have been better. But, you know,
yeah, I'd like to see. Don't get me wrong. I want Belial to be like this. Belial used to be an absolute demon. Like I when I ran Blood Angels on that other YouTube channel, Belial was in every single army I ran for Dark Angels.
Yeah.
Because he was just brilliant. And everyone thought I was mental. But when he goes around one-tapping baby knights on his own, right? His unit kills a baby knight and he kills a baby knight on his own, right?
Yeah.
It is great. And that's what he should this is what Belial should be.
Yeah.
There's no reason why you couldn't run a Dark Angels army with no Deathwing and then run Belial as Lysander. Right?
Well, you just run Deathwing as Assault Terminators.
Yeah.
If you were that way inclined.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I will say is...
Someone says it's Tor Gadron. Is Tor Gadron the chapter master? Let's have a check.
What I will say is, although I'm annoyed that they don't just replace the detachments and that they haven't really come up with something completely new, I will say I am glad that they've done something for these characters that gives them a little bit more utility and versatility in their own kind of specific chapter styles, rather than just, here's a character, off you go. So I do like the fact they've done some rules with them. I'm a fan of that. I am a genuine fan of that, but I just think that they could have replaced the old ones or done something brand new. But hey, maybe I'm asking a bit much. We have had a lot of detachments out of them. I just think the Space Marines have got too many, which would actually mean that I don't want them to bring...
There's a rumour floating around.
Oh, God.
Right. But I've not seen any credence to it. I just heard it on the wisps of the wind that we might get a captain with a heavy bolter. like a character with a heavy bolter that leaves devastators type people.
Okay.
I'm like,
Not heard that one.
that would be cool for Space Marines.
Right, I need to jump into chat. I've just seen the time.
No, I love this detachment. I think it's really, really good. I love Lysander. I've been wanting to paint Imperial Fist for a long time. I thought I had a bit more time, but Games Workshop have shotgunned all of these characters out.
Yeah,
So I am trying to get a 2,000 point army done. Obviously, I'll have a bit more of a better 2,000 point army done for February.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to jump into chat. I didn't realise how much you lot have been going for it. You're amazing, thank you, because yesterday was a disaster. Also, and I'm going to put this out here now, and I don't want to make him feel awkward, but you need to look after Joe tonight, because the last 2 nights that Joe's done a stream without me, memberships haven't been very good, have they, Joe? And he thinks it's all his fault.
No, I know it's Tom and Andy's, it's fine.
Yeah. Can Liam see older super chats at the time out? Yep, got them all here, Ivy. Don't you worry, we'll go through it all now. So Joe thinks it's his fault, so that'd be great. We've got 91 now. We're less than 10 away from hitting a goal, which is amazing because we've been struggling with that over the last month and a half. So go for it. Please, pretty please. If 9 more of you out of the 280 people watching gift a membership, we'll get to 100. That's insane. We're nowhere near super chat goal. We haven't been for fucking about 2 months. But we've also hit the like goal already, so you're amazing for that one. And if you could look after Joe tonight, I'd appreciate it. I'm going to jump into chat right now, though. We'll start with Big Bad Peter Gamer. Thank you for the $2. He says, trying to decide ham sandwich or chocolate spread. If it's plain ham, I'd probably go chocolate spread. But if you're going to add accoutrements to your ham, like cheese, things.
I've done the sacrilegious thing a few times where I've bought a ploughman sandwich and then put ham in it.
I don't think that's that sacrilegious, is it? That sacrilegious?
Well, sometimes, because you have to go and buy the ham separate and then take your sandwich apart. I find it weird buying a pre-made sandwich, taking it apart to put stuff into it. But I bloody love a ploughman sandwich as well.
Yeah, Limey Panda. Dan, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. You absolute hero.
Thank you, Limey Panda. I hope for tomorrow's lunch now, because it's past lunchtime, that your boss buys your work multiple Subway platters.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Thank you as well, Dan, for the $5. Who says, morning chaps, eager to hear Joe's opinions on new Raven Guard character and detachment stay sexy. Well, we've just done that. But if you were to summarise it.
I think the detachment's good. It's functional. They want you to play as Phobos, but you shouldn't because it's bad. But it's a good detachment that works well if you play it like generic Space Marines, like every other Space Marine. Shann's rules are good. I do think the mistake is that he can't join a unit, but his rules are good. Also, the model, in my personal opinion, is the best Space Marine character they've ever released.
Yeah, I think he's up there. I do think he's up there.
Yeah.
But I am a huge fan of the Lion model, a massive fan of the Lion model.
Yeah.
I love Logan. There's something about that stoic, walking Space Marine kind of power pose I just love.
I think we will see Shann at Golden Demons.
I wouldn't
well. 100% he's going to
appear. I'd happily try and paint him for competition.
I'd like to see like Shann in dioramas, I reckon, where he's like hiding on stuff to jump on people.
I could paint him for a competition one day.
And I also think he is the start of what we might see as a design ethos for Raven Guard going forward.
I hope so.
I want Raven Guard with like feather cloaks and the more like stealthy, grungy, like the Crow look basically. More beaky helmets that look more like just
like
that
custom beaky helmets.
Yeah,
I like it. I'm a fan.
I just want that going forward. If Games Workshop would oblige me, that would be great because I want a Raven Guard upgrade box set like Dark Angels, like Blood Angels, with really nice helmets, really shoulders, nice cool like pelts of feathers and things. Just that's what I want. And bring back lightning claws.
Just
bring them back.
Yeah, only on one hand though, otherwise how do you open your drink? Thank you, Carl Moore, for 10 gifted memberships, Joe.
Thank you, Carl Moore. I hope you have bought a Domino's takeaway for dinner tonight.
We've got 6 to go as well now, right?
Most importantly though, about holding your drink, both Shann's and Korax and Shrike's lightning claws are retractable. One of his hands has got claws retracted, so he can hold his gun.
I like that.
Very cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Makari's Wanksock, for the one gifted. Thank
name.
you, Ramaclock, for $5. Joe, did you base those fists in pink? The yellow is fantastic, and I'd like to borrow your technique, please and thank you. You followed a tutorial, didn't you?
I followed it was the most recent tutorial by Medders Miniatures, which is on YouTube. Medders, Medders.
Top bloke as well.
Incredible guy. He's based out of Reading. Runs a lot of Horus Heresy stuff. It's a Horus Heresy scheme that he's done. No, I didn't do pink. It's a white base with yellow over the top, and then on the sides where the shadows are, I've airbrushed in basically it's an army painter paint, but it's basically a contrast brown, and then a darker contrast brown over that, and then over the top you do the same yellow that you did as the base color, just to kind of like tidy up in places, and that's it. And then edge highlighting.
I've put it on the camera for them. They can see it right now.
I do personally think that they're some of the best models I've painted.
Yeah, you've really gone to town with these, haven't you?
Yeah, I love it.
They look nice, mate.
Painting yellow, though, is terrifying because if you cock it up, it's hard to fix, right? Because yellow paints don't have much pigment in them, so they're difficult to...
Thank you, Rum. You're a legend for the $5. Then Pridders, thank you for the $2. He says, be like Paul is bad at stuff and run 18 Centurions. There's a reason why he calls himself bad at stuff.
Yeah, it does kill things, 18 Centurions, but it's not wholly efficient.
Also, in the Imperial Fist Detachment, when all the stratagems target Terminator, Sternguard, Vanguard, and Blade Guards, I'm not sure Centurions are much good.
I would be amazed if Centurions made it into the next book.
Yeah, I think they're going to go away.
Yeah,
I'm going to hold my hands up now, and I want them to, because I think they're some of the dumbest Space Marine models they've ever made. T-shirt launchers aside.
Yeah.
But hey.
T-shirt launchers were something that could have been great.
Yeah.
And they missed.
Yeah.
You know, and that's it, I think. Whereas Centurions just look silly.
Yeah. We've got 6 members to go, chat. Lively Panda says, I personally think this is a precursor for 11th edition design for Space Marine detachments, having some upgrades for Raven Guard usage, denying non-chapter units, etc. I think we kind of touched on that. I'm inclined to mostly agree with you. I wonder if the design philosophy for 10th edition was before they brought in the kind of new boss.
Yeah.
And they brought in this new boss, and then I think some of this is coming away from some of that initial 10th edition design philosophy. I think they're making some changes. I think that for the most part, the changes that they're making are positive, and I agree with them as well.
They're basically the new detachments are basically the detachments that you get in the other Space Marine supplements.
Oh, Priddles was referring to the Raven Guard detachment. Okay, uppy, downy, Dev Centurions. Okay, yeah, you could. Not very Raven Guard Centurions, are they?
No. A lot of the armies now. I'm not putting firstborns in. I wanted to get 2 units of heavy bolter devastators for the Imperial Fists.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I have to source 4 Sternguard heavy bolters, and then I want to do it all with Primaris bodies. So it's like there's 8 Sternguard heavy bolters. So it's like you have to. And I don't want to use firstborn bodies, but it's like we've got less than a year, or basically it'll be about a year, and then the new Space Marine Codex will be out in the new edition.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Centurions go away.
What I'd like to see is Centurions go away, Tacticals, Devastators to stay, but much like the new Space Marines, they all get an upscaling.
Yeah,
you know?
I like that.
I'd like to see that.
I'd be a fan of that. Rossonero, thank you for 10 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Rossonero. I hope that you are left entirely alone this weekend so you can play Space Marine 2, the new update.
I want to be left alone this weekend so I can paint models. I started painting a model yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
A Warhammer one?
Yeah, it's been a long time, and I actually sat there enjoying it. And I was trying to force myself to paint Space Wolves and Eldar. I just couldn't get the motivation. And I started painting a random Warrior of Chaos yesterday from Slaves to Darkness, and actually really just kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah. A
bit different to what I'm used to. I was a fan of that.
Yeah.
Ivy, welcome to the channel as a Jarl tier member. You're a legend. Thank you, Ivy. You hero. And thank you, Matt O'Reilly, for the $10, who says, and it's important that you hear this before I say the next thing, says, my wish for Mr. Joe is that the Matt-hating Joe doesn't have to make a wish and just relax for once.
Oh.
And then he gifted 50 memberships.
Oh. I don't hate you, Matt. I hate matte-coloured cars.
What colour's Matt?
I think it might be shiny. It's very hot where he is. I imagine a hat with the corks hanging down
Yeah.
and like some kind of like Hawaiian-y vest.
Do you want to give him a hope for 50 gifted? 50 gifted's huge.
Yeah.
When we're only on 94, sorry.
I hope that someone buys you an entirely new wardrobe of clothes. Yeah.
They're all perfectly fit. I like that one. And thank you, Christopher Sanford, Police Station Gloucester, for the $10, who says, I'm not sure it's back in the same place. Yes, I'm not sure it's back in the same place. Yes, everyone is running Gladius, but very importantly, you don't get sneered at if you take Gladius and your Marines aren't painted blue. That's still better. Yeah, okay, yeah. We're not quite back where we are, but they seem to be putting some restrictions back in.
Yeah. I think it's these detachments are aimed poorly, but aimed at the people that are chapter specific in their lives.
No,
Obviously, for me, I play many chapters of Space Marines, but if I wasn't with the channel, maybe I'd have two.
I think I like the idea that, hey, if you want to run Ultramarines and you want to run Calgar, here's a bunch of detachments you have available to you, but that one's actually for Imperial Fists.
Yeah.
If you're running Imperial Fists, this one is for you, but here's a bunch of other ones you can take.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of like a happy medium between old and new edition.
Yeah.
I think that's good overall. So you're right, we're not quite back where we are. That was probably a bit harsh, but I definitely feel like we're seeing some restrictions come back in. Like, blow me down, Black Templars can't take Librarians.
Yeah. I do think this new Imperial Fist detachment, I think having detachments that are aimed specifically at chapters that aren't supplements means that people are going to be more inclined to do conversions for that and actually do an army dedicated for that chapter.
Yeah.
So I could see like Imperial Fist players coming out and working harder to get more Imperial Fist shoulder pads, to get cool storm shields and stuff, make guys with breaching shields and things.
Yeah.
I would love to do a unit of Stern Guard or Intercessors, or even Assault Intercessors, right? Assault Intercessors would probably fit it better with boarding shields and axes.
Yeah,
like
cool.
Brand's company from Heresy.
Like Vikings?
Yeah.
I'll be well into that. Thank you, Toxtrio, for the €5. I still think they should do the same thing as Ninth. If you bring a custom chapter, aka Gladius, with supplement books, you can't take named characters.
The thing is, like Blood Angels, right? We've talked about this before. Blood Angels are essentially the makeup of the Blood Angels chapter is quite standardized. So they're closer to Ultramarines than Space Wolves are closer to Ultramarines, right? Like their build-up of armies is the same. Their tactics might vary, but Blood Angels currently, as an army, like as a chapter, was basically destroyed. So most of the Blood Angels now is made up by Primaris Marines that spent 100 years fighting with Guilliman doing Ultramarine doctrines.
Yeah.
So they're more tactically built towards that way. Whereas Space Wolves, they were like, if the Primaris want to join us, you have to learn to fight like a Space Wolf.
Yeah.
Do you know what they do?
What?
They take all the aspirants and throw them onto a corrupted space station, and they have to get from one side to the other. It's great.
Survive or die.
Yeah. Because
It's a very Space Marine way, that,
but it's
isn't
like
it?
the trial of like Lehman Russ. Basically, you need to listen to, is it Wolf Time? The Primaris book?
I just downloaded, and I'm a bit sad.
Yeah.
I downloaded a book called Archaeon, where is it? Everchosen Warhammer Chronicles Part 1.
Yeah.
Right? Which is fine, and then as soon as I opened it up, at the top of it says Warhammer the Old World.
Yeah, because it's a book based in the old world.
But I wanted an AOS one for Slave to Darkness.
Oh.
Is there a good AOS Slave to Darkness book?
I'll have to have a look. I've not made my way to Slaves of Darkness books yet.
Chad, is there a good Audible Age of Sigmar Slave to
The
Darkness book?
Abraxia book's out soon.
Oh, I was looking for that the other day. It wasn't on here, so I didn't know it wasn't out yet.
It's on pre-order at the moment, isn't it? So
Okay.
so at 10 o'clock on Saturday, it probably goes there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Dan Limey, thank you for $5. Tinfoil hat theory. Shann will be able to join new Vanguard vets who come out with launch of 11th. That is why the wording is as it is. I think there is a mistake there.
Yeah.
I think there is a little mistake there, which is, well, we haven't got them out yet. Whether it's 11th or not, I don't know. It's either going to be... So Joe and I think different but same. Joe thinks that there'll be a new Space Marine box release before the end of 10th edition.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be new unit upgraded, so upgraded Vanguard vets, upgraded Assault Terminators that will be in the 11th edition launch box.
Yeah, I'm in my head, I'm convinced we're going to get a box set that's got Vanguard vets, Assault Terminators, and maybe, this is a big maybe, the new bikes.
Well, I just think that'll be the launch box.
I think the bikes will be the launch box, but definitely Assault Terminators and Vanguard vets.
God Eater's Son, they say. What's this one then? Let's search for it. God Eater's Son by Noah and the Ark.
Who reads it?
Narrated by Timothy Watson.
I don't know. Click on his name. Click on Timothy's name. What other books are
The
in
Lion, Son of the Forest, Krieg.
Oh, yeah, he's good. Good. Both good books. Both read well.
I have purchased that book, thank you.
I've got to a stage now where I'm learning people, like, the quality of, like, audiobooks that, like, and, like, when I go onto Audible, I click on the narrator's name to see what other books they've done, so I kind of know what I'm into.
Thank you, Cray, for 10 gifted memberships. I also love, Cray, that your avatar, as you've just seen there, is the old paperclip from Microsoft Word.
He was so annoying.
I'm a big fan of that, though. Thank you for 10 gifted memberships.
I hope that your internet provider doubles your speed at no extra cost.
We're on 99 because of Cray. Thank you also, Ivy, for the $5. Talk me out of a 1,000-point army with a Stormlord full of Krieg engineers, drive-by guard, dropping off the kids at the objectives. No. It's fucking cool.
No, I won't talk out.
I would not talk you out of that at all, apart from... Excuse me, apart from in the past, Ivy, I am aware that you have been in chat talking about bigger models, less detail, because that's what you'll prefer to hobby with and paint with. Now, the Stormlord is in fact a bigger model with less detail. Krieg Engineers, however, ain't it?
Yeah. But also, the Stormlord is a large tank that does have rivets and stuff all over. So it's a dry brushing dream. No numbers on the instructions. The Blade Blade doesn't have any numbers on the instructions. It's just find this piece, glue it on.
Big fucking angry guard tanks are incredible.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's good.
By the way, Krieg Engineers, stunning kit.
Yeah,
beautiful
really
kit.
nice.
But they have some level of detail. They do get away with a rougher paint job, I think, being Krieg.
Yeah.
Because you can be a bit messy with them, almost like Death
What
Guard.
I would argue, though, is don't ram it all the way to the roof with just engineers.
I like it.
I would put in 3 Krieg
heavy
weapons teams with the flamers.
I knew where you were going.
It's just a big ball of fire that drives around the table, burning everything, and then you just fill the rest with Krieg engineers.
Yeah, Krieg with guard super heavies sings to me. I love it. I love it. And the Krieg model range, if you take the engineers, the heavy weapons team, the artillery team, the standard infantry squad, Dreer, the Death Riders, they are fucking gorgeous.
There's a really good part in the Krieg book where they're like they dig a massive hole to put a main blade in it.
Yeah.
And then it falls and crushes someone to death.
And you have the added bonus, of course, of not having to paint any faces, which is always a win, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for the $5 though. Joe and I both in support of that idea, so go for it.
Yeah.
Craig, thank you for the yellow one. Missed multiple streams due to the back spasm keeping me down, so got to do my part. I do wish Siege Anvil had gotten some love with Lysander over the first company when the White Scars guy is dropping.
I was expecting the Imperial Fist detachment. I thought Lysander would be the Imperial Fist detachment. I was like, maybe they'll change it so you don't have to stand still all the fucking time.
Yeah, it's a bit of a naff that one, and they haven't made it any better.
I was looking at it the other day and I was like, oh, this is all bad.
Yeah. I hope your back spasm's better, mate. Don't worry about missing shows because of the back spasm. You know, it just means
perfect time to watch, actually. You're already let down.
It just means 4 or 5 days a week Joe and I don't eat. So, you know.
Because of you.
Because of you. White Scars guy, legitimately no idea. I would be surprised. I would be genuinely surprised if it wasn't pre-Christmas, only because I don't know why they wouldn't get all their new models out before Christmas.
I reckon it'd be before.
Because Christmas. But I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't really know.
I personally don't want it to be for at least another 2 months.
Yeah, because you want to get your Imperial Fist done. And then
I want to get Imperial Fist done,
yeah,
and then I can do the White Scars. Because I've got the White Scars. I've got most of the White Scars army. I just need to order a few things. I just need a Land Raider Redeemer, and some of the Stormspeeder Hammer Strikes.
Nowadays, Joe, I know you far too well.
Yeah.
Is he stuck on?
Yeah. He's the annoying type of rider where his bum is affixed to the base, and then both his legs glue on the side, and you glue his torso on, and then one of his arms actually sticks to the horse. But I think it's fine. He's all black anyway.
He is a cool model.
Yeah, I found my missing Chosen and Chaos Warriors
yes.
in my garage.
Mm-hmm.
I was convinced that somebody had stolen them, but
Yeah,
then I was convinced they came to my house and hid them in my garage.
Yes, of course. It's always someone else's fault, Joe, isn't it?
It's always someone else's fault. But having found them, I do remember why I got annoyed with the Chaos Warriors. I'd finished them, had them on my desk, I'd airbrushed another model, and there'd been some overspray, and the Chaos Warriors have got like flecks of like bronzy gold airbrush paint on them.
So you got to do them again.
So I'd have to do them again, but I have to go back over them again.
Or just get all your other ones and just put a fleck of gold brush. Thank you, Dan, for another $5. Jesus Christ, Dan, you're a legend. Joe with the 0 CP cost uppy downy Raven Guard, trash. Joe with the Terminator Captain doing the same thing for Imperial Fist, I assume. I love it. He's put IG, I assume he means IF.
Yeah, I think yes and no, right? Because the makeup of the armies is slightly different in what they want you to do with them. You can do an uppy downy Terminator Captain if you wanted to in the Raven Guard. But in the Imperial Fists one, if you misplace him and someone kills him, he gets back up again. Right? Whereas the Raven Guard one can't do that. They're both good detachments. I just think the Imperial Fist one is better and more fun. I'm very much yes, I like to play competitively, but ultimately when I play the game, I want to have fun.
Even at the expense of your opponent. Especially at the expense of your
Especially at the expense of your opponent. Right? I want my opponent to be miserable. Right? No, I just think like the Raven Guard detachment requires a lot more thinking.
Yeah.
Whereas the Imperial Fist one is just Terminator Go Smash.
It is, yeah.
So,
yeah.
What more about?
Thank you, Sam Deacon, for 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Sam. I hope that
Dan, right? What's he thinking about the hope? This is the duality of Jay. This is what happens, right? Honestly, this thing's really shit. Oh, I could do it in this different army. It's really good. But you are right. The units you might use it on.
No, the Imperial Fist one is free as well, uppy downy. Because if he's on a Terminator Captain, he just does it for free himself.
Oh, specifically because of the unit on, yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
So go on. I hope for Mr. the Deacon.
I hope, Mr. Deacon, that you invent the perfect sausage roll.
Oh. Cool. Thank you, Tony, for the 1 gifted. You're a legend. Thank you, Seabreezy, for the 1 gifted. You're a legend. Thank you, Whitey55, for the 1 gifted. You're a legend. Thank you, Limey Panda, for the 1 gifted. You're a legend. And thank you, Mad Larkin, for the 1 gifted. You're a legend. Narek, thank you for the €5. Could we see similar character releases, model datasheet detachment for non-core Space Marine factions like Seth, Huron, maybe even Bjorn or Yarrick? I would be surprised.
I would. I think we will see them all again, right? Whether it'll be this edition, I don't know, but they have left holes in the narrative. They are very popular. They left holes in the model line. They still exist in the narrative. They're all incredibly popular characters. And also, like, by removing them now, it gives them something to release when the next codex comes out. You know, as a business, they're like, what's an easy easy.
Well,
win.
ultimately, I think this is also why they're coming away from the actual killing people off, because it's a case of it gives us a window if we want to bring that back and make a fortune.
Yeah, because like look at Blood Angels, right? Every narrative unit for Blood Angels is now out.
Do you think?
So bringing Seth back, bringing out a plastic Death Company set, maybe bringing a plastic Librarian Dreadnought, rounds off the round.
Do you think there's a more sinister kind of approach to it as well? Do you think that by getting rid of them for essentially an addition, I'm just going to say it, do you think that maybe get rid of them for an addition, it means that they're kind of hoping people go, I'm going to bin it because I can't use it. Bin Librarian Dreadnought, and then they go, oh, we bought the Librarian Dreadnought back, and everyone that's bin one's like, well, I have to buy the new one now.
No, what it is, I think, personally, if you only play Blood Angels, right? If you only play Blood Angels Flesh Tearers, right? They remove Seth from the game. You have, like, if they released a plastic Seth, you're only buying plastic Seth, right? And then you have no need for Dante, Lemate's Astraf. Because you don't need to buy them because they're not part of your army. But if you get rid of Seth, you then buy all the new Blood Angel stuff, right?
Okay.
So I think by removing things from the game, it makes people look at other things to buy.
You reckon?
Yeah.
So it is. So you still think it's a bit sinister?
I still, Games Workshop want to make money at the end of the day.
Yeah, I know.
And we know Games Workshop want to make. We have this thing.
Just
all
do
the
what
time.
they normally do by putting the price up every single year after announcing record numbers.
That's a knife.
That's a knife,
thing
yeah.
is, though, right? The price rise thing, it was going to happen, right?
What? Why was it going to happen?
Because it happens every year.
But it doesn't matter.
And we have the same complaint every year. And then in a month's time, no one will give a shit.
I don't know. Those in Australia might.
Well, those in Australia have got bigger problems. They've got spiders the size of houses, and houses the size of spiders. Yeah.
Thank you.
That are filled with crocodiles. You know?
Thank you, Cray, for 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Craig. I hope that you create a just as popular Microsoft mascot. You go.
They got to 101 members, Joe.
Yeah, like the Dalmatians.
Which means you've only got to do 99 tonight, really.
Yeah, like the ice cream.
Yeah. Which is still significantly higher than the last 2 streams you've done on your own.
Yeah. I just think people just come here and they're like, that guy looks like having a good time. I don't have to support him.
Yeah.
Maybe I have to gnash and whinge and whine and beg more. Yeah.
Well, you could do that.
I should come on dressed like Oliver Twist.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You can do that if you want to.
We should film it in like an abandoned factory. Yeah.
In seriousness, chat, Joe and I have discussed this morning about extra content to bring to people in the future. I think a fair amount of this stuff is probably going to go behind the members paywall for a change. That isn't replacing what we currently do, for reference. So we'll keep what we're currently doing as is, so we're not giving you people less.
Yeah.
But we have been talking about some extra shows we might trial, and we'll probably start trialing those behind the members paywall. For example, a lot of us like to ask us opinions. A lot of you like to ask us opinions on detachments or units or whatever. And I'm thinking about like a members list review.
But also, like, we've always said that everything we do is 100% free. You don't have to pay us to support us. But at the same time, we want to give a benefit for already being a member.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you're a member and you get something, you know?
Yeah. So like members list reviews where we can set up an area in Discord, set up a format when you just submit it in, you submit a list to us and we can do a 20-minute review, stick it up. Jobs are good and wouldn't hurt the algorithm, I don't think, if it goes. There's lots of other things, that we're gonna try and do. I've got lots of little options, little ideas that I floated around today with Joe, and I think we've got some exciting concepts we're gonna come up with in the near future. So thank you for all the gifted memberships. If you have been gifted a membership, get yourself in Discord. There are already bonuses for being a member. You can check out the YouTube homepage. If you're a Jarl tier or above, what it doesn't tell you on YouTube, because it doesn't let me tell you this for some reason, is that you do get access to a monthly giveaway as part of your membership tier. You're all amazing people. Thank you so much. Tonight, Mr. Dan returns. I fucking love Dan as well.
He is back with the Drukhari.
Drukhari, yeah. I've seen the lists. Drukhari versus Astra Militarum this evening at 7:30. So you get to watch Guard, Ivy, if you want to.
Yeah.
And they're facing off against Drukhari. Interesting looking lists for the pair of them. I'll be setting that up straight after this show. I'm going to Kissing Club. Is that what you called it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm glad that I started handing out flyers.
Hey.
I started handing flyers and putting up posters around town. Liam's Kissing Club.
And then tomorrow night is After Dark, and I've just got an email a minute ago that tells me that tomorrow morning my sour cherry mead's being delivered. Yay.
From
Intoga Mead Company.
Are they sending more than one bottle this time?
There's 2 bottles that I paid for, yeah.
Paying?
Yeah, I bought these ones, Jay.
They're supposed to be sponsoring us.
I know.
We were promised all the bottles.
I haven't heard from them in a while.
I've had 1 bottle.
Yeah. Would you like some more bottles? I'll speak
I
to
want
them.
many bottles.
I'll speak to them, but these ones I bought for with my own money.
Oh, that makes me sick.
Yeah, well, I wanted to fucking drown sorrows this weekend.
More free things. Talking of which, actually, someone said in the stream the other day that they've got a spare Archeon. They've got spare Archeons on foot and Archeons on their horses. Could be got. I'll be around. If you do, please send us the PO box. Please.
Why? What do you want them for?
Because I want to run them as a Lord on foot and a Lord on demonic steed because they're fucking beautiful models.
Are they beautiful?
I want to run them in my golden ticket.
Okay.
I just want to own them. Archeon, have you seen the Archeon on his horse?
No.
My word. My
Jogism everywhere.
My giddy aunt.
Right.
But what was annoying, right, is it came out as a made to order when I wasn't really looking at Slaves to Darkness' army. I had the Slaves to Darkness army in my garage and I didn't really care about it.
Yeah.
But now I'm back on it. I'm like, I really wish I'd bought it now because it's beautiful.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Joe's little plea at the end there
Let
as well.
me suckle on you like a little piggy.
Old Archaon models he's after. Thank you for hanging out with us today, you wonderful human beings. Like I said, hopefully you will show up this evening for Joe and Dan and Tom. Fucking love Dan. He's actually bringing Joe's old Drakkari army, so you can watch Joe stand here looking semi-depressed as he longs for the army on the table that used to be his and is no longer.
Yeah.
So there you go. Look out for that one. That's at 7:30 this evening. Like I said, not the Warhammer show, After Dark tomorrow at 9. There is a possibility actually. And I haven't decided this yet, but there is a possibility actually that over the course of tomorrow, there might be some vag for Battlefield 2042 with Joe and I. Yeah. Or what I could potentially do tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, is spend some time in the studio doing the Lego AT-AT. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah?
I could be tempted.
Yeah. It'd stop me being tempted to steal it.
That's quite the steal. That's a big box.
I know, but you only got it to spite me.
That's not true.
You did.
That's not true.
You were going on about Lego, and I was like, I don't care about Lego, really. But if I was going to have a Lego, the only one I care about is the AT-AT, the big AT-AT.
Okay.
And we'd had this conversation multiple times, and then you're like, I've got that.
I'll tell you what, Joe.
It's mine.
I'll tell you what, Joe.
What?
Do 1,000 members in a stream.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
All right. I won't. Because it'd be like, if we get to 1,000, I'll give away an AT-AT.
No, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
It'll be yours.
Yeah, and I'll give it. It's just, that's the only way we'll get to 1,000 if we have the problem.
I don't think it's the size of that box, but I'm not paying for shipping.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. If we get to 1,000, I'll teach you how to steal an AT-AT. Yeah.
Okay. Right, you lot are amazing. Thank you so much. If you haven't already smashed that like button, hopefully we'll see you this evening at 7:30. If not, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye. Have a wonderful time.